Hey guys, what's up and welcome to the channel, the Shotgun Shogun, and it's Wednesday and I've got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let me tell you what, we've got KAWERIK, we've got ML Charlotte, we've got patch notes, we've got hell raids, we've got Abyss, all kinds of stuff. But first off, we're going to start with KAWERIK, right? And these are going to be a bunch of videos, so I apologize for flooding your feed because there's so much stuff to talk about today. So let's get into this. That is amazing. First off, that animation, can we talk about how good this animation is here, right? As I don't go further back. Boom. Boom. Just, I mean, I know we've seen it before in game, but it's just amazing. So this is a lot of just intro stuff about him. We already know it. I'm gonna go here, look at this art. This art is amazing. We're gonna go. I want to show you one thing though. Here, let me find it real quick. They spend a lot of time just kind of going over his skills and or his backstory and stuff like that. Where was it? Oh, I wanted to show you this. I want this to be a skin in the future, because that one on the left hand side is this one right here. Is super cool. Let me tell you what, I was really hyped when I saw that. But let's get into this, because you guys don't care about that. We're going to talk about the hero introduction, right? Okay, so first off, let's talk about these stats. 1306 attack is pretty high. 4248 health is not bad for fire mage. So nat 5 fire mage, not limited, going to be in the story forever. So speed though, speed is real big. This is a 119 speed mage, right? You've got attack imprint, you've got self attack imprint. Critical chance is 23%, which means that I believe that means that he has a critical chance imprints on here, rank ups on his awakening. So that'll be pretty good. Overall, I do think that he is a very high damage dealer. And honestly, if you're gonna get him, you're gonna get any imprints, I would personally go with self imprint, because you want him to do more damage than anybody else, because he's going to be your initiator, right? So let's talk about first skill right here. So Dimensional Corridor draws the enemy into some space and attacks with a 75% chance each to dispel one buff before increasing skill cooldowns by 1 turn twice. So this is kind of like a mini single target Judge Kisei S3, but it dispels buffs too, and is literally not anything really like Judge Kisei. Regardless, increases speed of the caster for 2 turns. Damage dealt increases proportional to the target speed. Now, if you do enhance this skill, you can get that effect chance up to 100. And if you soul burn it, boom, ignore effect resist. So you don't have to worry about the 15%. So overall, this is going to be what you're going to start with, right? You're going to see an enemy Basar and you're going to go, guess what? Immunity set, don't give 2 craps. Your immunity buff is gone, and no S3s for you. No S3s or S2s get dunked on Basar, because not only are you going to have elemental advantage against him, but you could just soul burn to not have that happen. But I do want to talk about this. Hold on, go back. Look how cool this is. You literally just make them, boom, disappear and then blow them back up. Okay, so this is going to be really good. So the buff dispel takes place first. So in this, you're going to remove the shield and then you're going to do damage in the turns. So first off, we don't know what kind of gear or any stats that they're rocking in this, right? But that really didn't do too much damage. And I think that the modifier on this isn't going to be amazing, because you're using this to initiate, right? And I think you're going to use it, give yourself increased speed. Now, it would be nice to see how much damage he would have done if he had already increased speed, maybe like already increased attack, something along those lines. But I think that as is, without knowing all the variables in this, that damage is actually pretty weak. But now your Basar can't do anything, so you just literally countered him real hard. So then we're going to move into his S3 here. And this is going to be Dimensional Explosion. 5-turn cooldown, 4-turn when you skill it up. Locks all enemies within subspace before triggering an explosion. Penetrates defense by 30% when the caster is granted increased speed. This also increases his damage proportional to the caster's speed. Now, one of the things that I forgot to mention here is when I first saw this character and I saw that everything was based on speed, he's super speedy. Ruzid. I think that Ruzid is going to be an amazing character with him because you can build Ruzid super speedy. He's got speed imprint. He puts speed on people. Speed, 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 speed. Not only that, put him with maybe an Oxlots, right? So Ruzid pushes everybody forward. KAWERIK takes his S2. Lots, not you could do Oxlots and regular Lots. Lots or Oxlots pushes him right to the front. Boom, S3 for more damage. Now, I think that is going to be an unrealistic goal, but I think that it will be fun. So this is going to be standard skill up 2 is, you know, just damage across the board. But the defense penetration by 30 is also going to be really huge because that's just going to straight up do a bunch more damage, right? So you're always going to want to make sure that you have increased speed before you do this. Now, let's take a look here, right? So this KAWERIK has increased speed and attack up, right? We don't know what the stats are on any of this. So we're going to just assume that it's like standard average stats. Now that Basar is at half-life. The Charles has a shield. Plus usually Charles are kind of bulky. But the C Armin, we're going to take a look at the C Armin because that's a good indicator of, you know, how much damage that this is going to do to an armored unit, right? So we're going to come in here and it's going to penetrate defense. So he's got portrait. So on that C armor, so killed the Basar flat out. I figured that was what it's going to do. It broke the shield and got Charles down to about 3/4. And same with the C Armin. So, I mean, that's a decent amount of damage. Now, I don't know that, like I said, we don't know the stats, anything along those lines, but that's a pretty good amount of damage. Now, I know it didn't do much to the Cecilia there, but I believe that's due to the artifact that she has on. But this is going to be really, really big because you're gonna just be like you're just gonna be doing tons and tons of damage, and I think that because you're gonna be lapping them over and over again, being able to do that kind of damage with a super speedy mage is gonna be really, really good. So S1 is spatial relocation, approaches the enemy through subspace and attacks with a 50% chance to silence for 1 turn, which is big. Damage dealt obviously increases proportional to the caster's speed. So this goes up to 75% chance to silence them on all of your attacks. And because you're going to be super fast, you're just like, no casting for you, friend. Have fun with that. And I think that this is a bit more of a reliable, well, it's not more of a reliable, but you got silence on them over like, let's say a provoke, right? So you can play around because sometimes you provoke something and you're like, man, I really wish that Ruel or no, let's not talk about Ruel or any of those because they're super high resist or whatever, but you're like, man, in arena I wish that I could have baited this character, but now they're provoked, so they're attacking, you know, my tank or whatever, whereas in other places where if they were just silenced, they would attack the, you know, your ML Ken or whatever and then get kicked in the face because he'll show you them who's the best. So yeah, we get the 1-turn silence. You know, your standard S1, right? So here's with the shield, and you know, it barely broke the shield there, and you had the double up from DJ Basar, but I mean, I don't think that that's really, you're not using this for a ton of damage, right? That's what his S3 is going to be for. Not only that, but he didn't have increased speed, didn't have increased attack, so we really don't know right there. But let's talk about his artifact here. And so this is Black Hand of the Goddess, and not only is this art just absolutely amazing, off the chain, love it, but this is an interesting artifact, right? So the caster's critical hit chance is increased by 12% at the start of the battle. Effect decreases by 1.2% every time the caster attacks, down to 6%. So you do have a flat 6% at, you know, at the worst case scenario. for the crit up. Now, this might be good if you want some wiggle room in like your gearing, right? Let's say that you're almost to 100%, and this artifact would put you there at the very beginning, and then as time stacks, you know, you don't really want the fight to go on for very long in the first place, so you want to be able to do more damage. Now, do I think that it would have been better if it was like maybe crit hit damage by 24% and then staggered down over time? I absolutely do, because I would probably use that on like a C-Dom or something like that. Do I think that this is the artifact for KAWERIK? I don't know. There's a lot of other potential artifacts that he could use that I think would just be better on him, but I'm going to get this just for the art in general. It does look like the substats that are on here as well that aren't leveled up at the moment might be pretty good in the long run. I don't know if those are or not, but yeah, I do think that this is going to be pretty good. The thing here is, so he's going to be coming out on the 12th, so we're going to have the Charlotte banner, we're going to have the end of this event, and he's going to be coming with his own side story as well, so that's going to be really cool. I want to find out more about him, and that's going to be pretty solid. So this is next week, literally next week we will be getting him. And like I said, do I think that he is a must pull? If you're in any sort of PvP, you know how cancerous Bassar is. You can use him against Charles too, because he's going to penetrate defense. Let's say there's not even a Bassar on the team. Let's say you don't want to get blasted away by Charles's righteous sword of light. Boom, you're going to have 2-turn cooldown. Okay, cool. Now we're penetrating your defense, and you're just going to get dunked on. Do I think there's other characters you could use in place of him? Sure, maybe. But I do think that with the 119 speed, he's going to be really good. Do I think maybe they put out Cerise ahead of time to lock him down? Because guess what? Oh, you got to ruse it? That sucks, because Cerise is just going to come through and just shut any of that CR push manipulation down. So we'll see how this goes, but that's KAWERIK, guys. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. I got a bunch more videos for you today. ML Charlotte, like I said, there's just so much information today. If you guys do like this, just subscribe to the channel. I hit the bell notification. I make multiple videos. If you want to see 100 to 700 videos a day, depending on how much stuff I have to talk about, make sure you stick around. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy, homies. Peace. Cracky.